Imagine your alarm goes off at exactly 7 a.m. You wake up, reach for your phone, and everything seems normal. The Wi-Fi works. The lights are on. Outside your window, the sun is shining. Then you notice something strange. No traffic. No voices. No footsteps. No birds scattering because someone slammed a car door. Just silence. You open your front door. Every house is unlocked. Breakfast is still sitting on kitchen tables. A cup of coffee is still warm inside a cafe. A traffic light keeps changing from red to green for roads with no cars. An airport is full of airplanes that will never take off. By sunset, one impossible truth becomes clear. 8 billion people have vanished. Everyone. Except you. At first, you're terrified. Then another thought appears. I can survive this. You've watched survival videos. You know how to start a fire. You know where supermarkets are? There are millions of houses, endless supplies, and nobody to compete with. For the first time in history, the whole world belongs to you. It almost feels like freedom. You have no idea it's the beginning of the slowest disaster humanity has ever seen. The first week feels easy. You drive any car you want, sleep in expensive hotels, walk through museums alone, take whatever you need. The world feels frozen in time. Then, one evening, the lights go out. You wait. They never come back. The next morning, there's no running water. A few days later, your phone has no signal. Then the GPS disappears. The internet dies. Not because the machines failed, because the people disappeared. The engineer who inspected the power station every morning, gone. The technician replacing worn-out parts before they broke, gone. The truck driver delivering fuel, gone. The programmer fixing tiny software errors that nobody ever noticed, gone. You never knew their names, yet your life depended on every one of them. Civilization wasn't a giant machine. It was millions of ordinary people quietly preventing small problems from becoming big ones. And now, there's nobody left to do that. Months pass. The supermarkets become empty. Medicine expires. Machines break. You decide to make the things you need yourself. You start with something simple. Soap. It turns out, it isn't simple. Then glass, steel, antibiotics, electricity. One by one, you realize something uncomfortable. You don't actually know how to make the world you live in. Neither do almost any of us. A single smartphone contains materials mined across continents, designed by thousands of engineers, assembled by countless workers, and shipped through a global network so complex that no single person understands all of it. Every object around you is the result of millions of human lives connecting together. Your survival never depended on what you knew. It depended on what we knew. Knowledge wasn't stored in one brain. It was stored across civilization itself. The moment civilization disappeared, so did most of humanity's knowledge. People often say, I built my life myself. But did you? Who built the road you drive on? Who purified the water in your glass? Who grew your breakfast? Who inspected the bridge you crossed last week? Who discovered the medicines keeping millions alive? You'll never know most of their names. They'll never know yours. Yet every single day, your lives quietly support each other. That's the secret hiding in plain sight. The greatest invention in human history wasn't the wheel. It wasn't money. It wasn't the internet. It was trust. Trust that a pilot you've never met can land a plane. Trust that the food on a supermarket shelf is safe. Trust that when you flip a switch, electricity will be there. Trust is invisible. Which is exactly why we forget it exists. If you were the last human on Earth, you wouldn't lose because you ran out of courage. You wouldn't lose because you weren't smart enough. You'd lose because civilization was never built by one extraordinary person. It was built by billions of ordinary people doing ordinary jobs. Every single day. Tomorrow morning, when you drink a glass of water, unlock your phone, or complain that traffic is slow, remember this. Your life is being held together by strangers you'll never meet. Civilization isn't made of concrete. It isn't made of steel. It's made of invisible promises, kept by ordinary people who simply showed up for work. Maybe that's the greatest miracle humans ever created. Not cities, not technology, but 8 billion strangers choosing every day to trust one another,